After I had my two children, my body felt out of shape and I felt the urge to exercise. I was in my mid-20s. This was in the 80s, 1980s. And so I started swimming and then I joined a tiny little gym and became obsessed with shaping my body. I could see the changes that were happening. And so I left my job and became a personal trainer and started to learn everything that I could in, make to make my body look good, right? We treated the body as this mechanical, physical structure. And then I stopped exercising 15 years ago because I felt how my body can use less energy to move and still become strong and supple. And that's where I'm taking you to next. We were training in Pilates and engaging our core, and along comes this new anatomy of the body where we discover that everything is one fabric. There are no separations in the body. And in fact, there is no separate core in the body, right? So it took me a while to kind of understand what this meant. And what really helped the learning was sensing, the somatic way of learning, sensing through the body. I had an amazing mentor, and to help us understand the wholeness of our fabric of fascia. Fascia is the soft matter that gives everything in our body its shape and form, including muscles, nerves, organs. So it's soft matter. And just like, for example, just like these plants have form and structure, they're made from cellulose, right? Our body is made of fascia. This whole plant is just one. There are no separations, right? So our body is just the same. But just to help you understand, because it can feel like, oh, I don't know what that is. The best way is to experience this fabric in movement. So I can sit here and just move my feet, and look, my whole body's moving as one, from the inside out. Everything's moving. And even in the gym, if you think you're working your tricep, no, the whole fabric is involved. The rest of what you're isolating and you think you're isolating and bulking up isn't going to be bulking up on its own. There'll be stuff that's holding on, for example. So how you move shapes your body, but how you move requires less energy to become strong. So that's what I was discovering, that if I'm moving here and everything's moving, this feels easeful. I'm using less energy. And one of the movements in Pilates that we were guided to, and this is how learning happens in the somatic way, you're taught how to move one way and then another way and experience the difference. So we were guided to, in Pilates, there's a movement called the roll up, and you're taught to have your arms by your side, close to your body like this, wide across the front, toes pointing up to the ceiling, breathing in and often into your rib cage, breathing out. We would look at engaging the core and then rolling up one vertebra at a time. The whole idea was to roll up one vertebra at a time. And whilst I may be able to move with ease today in that same way, there's still some effort and strain in that motion. And then we were guided to just hang out, let your body rest, wiggle and shuffle a little bit, and you're just resting on the ground like this. And we were guided to move the feet back and forth to sense how everything connects. If I move my feet, my head's moving. And if you can sense the whole body, then your fascia is nice and supple, right? And then instead of breathing in or out, we would reach the heels away. The body takes a spontaneous breath in to bring you up. So the body, as your heels move away, the body takes a spontaneous breath in, and that whole process brings you up. So there are always multiple processes happening in the body. You just need to know how to tap into the one that's efficient. The body already knows, right? If you are taught where to place your body, where to position your body will do exactly what you tell it to, and it will use more energy. And in a moment, I'm going to guide you to the difference between being told where to place your body, how that can be energy depleting, and allowing your body to move when it's ready, which uses less energy. So look, same movement, I'm using less energy, right? Something else that I felt in that moment, that easeful moment, was a feel good sensation, right? It just felt nurturing to take that spontaneous breath in and just reach the heels away and the body comes up easily. There's a feel good sensation in that motion. And therein lies the difference. Whereas if you're exercising your body and you're pushing, sometimes it feels effortful and hard, and you might feel good at the end. There's chemistry at the end. But in this process of your body moving from the inside out, it's as if your body's massaging you from the inside out. And that feel good sensation releases feel good hormones. Your nervous system can downregulate, your nervous system can come to calm. So we're going into an energy restoring state when we move our body in that way. And really, that's what you want, because our lives are already busy. We are already stressed. And in the exercise fitness industry, we never really looked at the body as a whole. We never assessed somebody's lifestyle, how stressed they were, whether they were a new mom. You know, and new moms are stressed, right? They've got so much going on, sleepless nights. And so there women come to the gym and they want to get back into shape. But we also need to look at the whole. What kind of stress are they experiencing in their day? So as women, we need to be in tune with our biology. We need to understand our levels of energy and to move away from strengthening to restoring our levels of energy. And that's because there's this new approach with the body, this new anatomy of the body. So that was where the shift began to happen. The old way, pushing, and the new way, allowing. So let me guide you to the difference between exercise and the nervous system, right? So our nervous system is sensing all the time. If you place your hand on a hot plate, you'll feel it. If you stub your toe, you can sense that there's like a whole body response. And what we're learning about fascia, so fascia, the soft matter that gives our body its shape and form. So our nervous system, the nerve endings, are embedded within our fascial web. So our body is sensing all the time. And we have this inner resource. We can tune into the body and we can self-regulate. And that's where we're heading to. That's where we're going to in this practice. SomaSensing guides you to tune into your body and bring it back in tune, because we have this understanding of the nervous system. So let's come to the nervous system and link it to movement in particular. As a fitness professional, I would have guided you to place your feet hip distance apart, for example. I would guide you to align your spine. So I would be telling you what to do. And that process of information, how you cultivate body awareness, is through proprioceptors. Proprioceptors are nerve endings that tell you a body position, the pressure, whether you feel heavier on one side compared to the other. Learning movement goes to part of the brain called the motor cortex. You learn how to move and remember. And that requires energy, right? Um, so you also, in your body and in your fascia, you have interoceptors. nerve endings that signal what's happening inside of your body to help you self-regulate. It's the way your body speaks to you from within. For example, when you feel thirsty or hungry or you feel that urge to pee, your body is sending you sensations to regulate your body physiology. Chronic pain is an interoceptive sensation, but so is feeling at ease and feeling soft in your body. And fascia, this soft matter, has interoceptors that tell you whether something feels uncomfortable, stiff, stuck, tight. And because we're able to sense that, we're able to self-adjust. And when we self-adjust, we are regulating our nervous system. So for example, I could be sitting here and I'll feel like, oh, this doesn't feel so comfortable for me now, sitting here for a long time. So I'll just move. I'll move to here. We already have that. The problem is that in our busy lives, in our everyday life, when we are stuck in our thoughts, when we're living life on autopilot, we don't notice that the body is taking the strain until we take that moment to pause. So in SomaSensing, we guide you to take a moment to pause, to rest, and to listen. Where do I feel stuck? Can I move my body to where it feels more easeful? And really, it is that simple. You're tuning into body sensation. And that's the secret to vitality. It's your interoceptors that help you self-regulate. And here's why. Those nerve endings, those interoceptors that give you stiffness and strain, that can also feel nice and soft and fluid, they go to a different nervous system pathway, and it goes to a part of the brain called the insula. The insula is linked to empathy, to emotional regulation, so how you feel. It's linked to clarity, how you are able to make better choices for yourself, and more. So it's really linked to your regulating your whole biological system. And when we can tap into this body sensation, we can influence what our biology is doing. We can calm inflammation, we can calm chronic pain, we can calm our mind through our body just by shifting it into a more easeful space. And therein lies the magic of this practice and sensing fascia as a sensory organ of the body, or the sensing, our body sensing all the time, right? So let's just recap on fascia. Fascia is one fabric. It is super sensory, as well as having proprioceptors. Fascia has millions of interoceptors, nerve endings that we can sense. And then we begin to explore what fascia is made from. So it can help us to understand what really lies at the heart of our vitality. And we begin to come to a new language of the body, a new language for well-being, rather than flexibility and strength and, aerobic capacity. We look at just one word: hydration, right? That's all you need to remember. Hydration, when your body is hydrated, you will have vitality. Hydration will give you elasticity and spring in your body. We're looking at the spring rather than, muscle strength. And hydration is not how much water you drink, but how gel-like your body feels. So let me explain to you what fascia is made from. And all you need to remember is just two things: fiber and gel. Fiber gives us the structure. So remember, if you cut yourself and the body repairs itself, you might have a little scar. That's the collagen fiber. So the fibers are collagen. You know that we have collagen in our skin. It's actually everywhere. It gives us the structure. Elastin, which is also another protein like collagen, it gives us the elasticity, the rebounding quality, the springiness. And then we have the gel, which is mostly water. 70% of our body is water. And it is the charge of this water and the viscosity of this water that matters. So fiber and water. Now, it's not kind of water like a tap when you open a tap, that kind of water. It is water combined with a molecule called hyaluron. Now, you will know hyaluron because you might be using that already for your skin hydration, hyaluron in anti-aging skincare. It's a molecule that attracts water. And when it attracts water, it becomes this gel. Now, the way that your body's water, the optimum quality of the water needs to be kind of like runny honey. So everything can move, it can lubricate your joints, for example, and everything is gliding and moving within your body. And it's a great biological state. It's the best state for your biology to be in because it will influence how your nervous system produces neurotransmitters. Your hormones live within this fascial gel. So the health of the gel matters. And it's the hydration of the gel that matters the most. This when your body is gel-like, right? So in movement, the way that your body moves you. So if I'm feeling stiff or uncomfortable and I can, I might move here, your body will move you here. And the way that your body moves you will hydrate. You'll feel it in your lower back. You'll feel this kind of gliding sensation of the fibers. So all of these fibers, your collagen fibers, are bathed in this gel. And you want those collagen fibers to create a nice net that can expand. If it's stuck, then those collagen fibers can't move and you'll feel restricted in your body. So you want this hydration for your body. And when you move and you can hydrate your body, and if it feels good, you're producing feel good hormones, oxytocin. It is calming the stress response. So movements can calm the stress in your body. And this is what's so remarkable. So we don't just look at shaping our body, we're looking at how the body can take care of us from the inside out, not just in our body shape, but in our vitality and our energy. And this really matters, especially when you get to your midlife, so I'm going to come to the most important part of listening. So when we come to midlife, it's so important to understand how our body changes. We produce less hyaluron and less collagen as we age. And if we are experiencing stress, and when we put strain on our body, it decreases it even more. So we want to make the most of our hyaluron and collagen as we age by moving in a way that takes care of the hydration of our body's fascia, that will recharge our body, so that we're using less energy to restore our vitality. And that's really the heart of it, is you're using less energy to restore your vitality, your energy, your strength, your suppleness. And at the heart of connecting to this body wisdom is your inner body sensation, your interoception. So we come to this first practice of inner ease. So how do you tune into your body? Very simple. This first practice, am I sitting comfortably? Can I move to a position that feels more easeful? And as soon as you feel ease, your body chemistry will change. And that's really important. It's just coming to ease. And then your body will start moving in this way. So now, how do you listen throughout your life, not just in midlife? Our biology, we're at the start of life, already has a blueprint of when we're going to have our period, perimenopause, and menopause. And here's the thing, when you get to menstruation and you're having your period and you are experiencing cramps and bloating and you're kind of feeling a little bit low in energy, it's because your body is using more energy at that time in your cycle. You're shedding the lining of your uterus. And it's so important to listen to your body and give it the nurturing and nourishment that it needs. And fascial unwinding, this practice of fascial unwinding, is so amazing in every stage of your life, from menstruation to menopause. So this is where the listening comes in, to recognize that yes, there's going to be demands on your body in childbirth, for example, and how you connect with yourself, how you listen to yourself, how you find um, moments in your day that give you joy, that bring you back in tune. So you begin to recognize your biological rhythm. You lean into your rhythm rather than just having a routine. You are adapting and adjusting to what your body needs in that moment. And that's how I guide you in um, SomaSensing. And there is a program that I've put together for women going through perimenopause and menopause. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about it later. But I want to guide you to 2 more practices that will help you connect to your interoception, that will help nourish and nurture your nervous system, and that can fit into your day. This is the soft body bounce. It is one of my favorite practices. And remember, our body is made mostly of a gel. And when we feel stiff or stuck, whether it's emotional stress or we've been sitting for a long time, it's better than stretching to hydrate your body's fascia. Okay, so you can practice it anytime, anywhere, at any moment. If I'm at an airport, I'll start body bouncing. If I'm standing in a queue, I can body bounce. And this is about reconnecting and listening to your body. So we begin by just taking that moment to pause and to bring your awareness to your body sensation and self adjust to where it feels most easeful for your body. Let your body shape change. You're listening from the inside out. And just imagine that your body's filled with a gel and you start bouncing just at your knees. And what you are listening out for is, where are those areas that are stiff or stuck? How can you bounce out? And find what feels good, the most important part of the practice. Find what feels good, where you would need to let go. Just keep listening, adjusting, sensing, ooh, I just need to get into there. And the purpose of the practice is to find those areas that need releasing and to tune into your body as a container of gel that can shape change from the inside out. You can sense from the inside out and just let go. Just sensing from the inside out. And what you might notice is a spontaneous sigh, or maybe not. And what you might find is your body starts to send you um, this pandiculation. Ooh, if it doesn't, it's okay. You can come back and just notice, has there been a shift? Does it feel different now? And just by tuning in, it's going to help you reconnect with your body. Just let everything go. So the next practice is my absolute favorite. It is the wandering gaze. It really helped me get out of chronic fatigue. And the purpose of the practice is to let your eyes explore. And you want this practice outside in nature, preferably. And what you want your eyes to explore and take in wonderment, which is why it's called the wandering, a sense of awe and wonder, right? Is when you see something that feels good in the moment. So rather than be distracted when you are outside, distracted in your thoughts, you take a moment to pause, to rest, and to let your eyes just land on a plant or a color or the light, and you begin to explore. And you let your gaze wander and continue. And at the same time, as you are allowing that gaze to wander, just notice whether there's a feel good sensation that arises. You might be looking at the bark of a tree. And again, when your body might give you this pandiculation sensation, it's a sign that your nervous system's coming into regulation. If it doesn't happen for you, it's fine. It doesn't always happen. But you really want your eyes to take in. You'll notice your eyes may become wider and more awake. You might notice a little bit more hydration behind the back of your eyes. And you're just letting your gaze continue and explore. At the same time, sensing that motion of your eyes. And really, for regulation, you want light, space, color, patterns in nature. Our bodies are designed to regulate in nature through our visual sense. Because if you are stuck on your screen, your nervous system goes into a dysregulated state. And we need this expansiveness. And you can test it out for yourself when you're in a small room compared to being out in expanse. Your body's fascia responds, it changes, it softens in nature. And really, that's how simple these practices are. It's reconnecting to the nature of your design, exploring. This is one of my favorites, being out in nature. I come out every day, and it's the number one practice that has really helped with restoring my vitality. Remember, at the heart of it is interoception, sensing from the inside out. I really trust in how your body responds to these practices. And if you feel the urge and you want more, you can join Intune. It's a somatic program for women. And in there, I guide you to really listen to your body, to honor its biology, to have simple practices that use less energy to restore your energy, and to also really listen to every aspect of your life. What's taking your energy away? How do you make those choices in your life through your body? And if you want to learn more and what's included, there is a link below, or you can give me a call or book a call. Book a call for me. I've got the link below. And yeah, I can tell you what's in there. And I look forward to guiding you on your journey.